Oh, well, another year gone and another year to talk about Formula One. Heading into the 2024 season come February, we're all excited to see all of the 10 teams on the grid reveal their oh so impressive cars. Well, maybe not all 10. But we are definitely interested in seeing what drivers can stand out above the rest. And believe it or not, that is the reason I am here today. Hello everyone, my name is Liam Ladd and welcome back to another F1 video. Today we'll be taking a deep dive into my top 5 ones to watch picks of the 2024 Formula 1 season. There's nothing else to say other than let's get straight into it. Coming up in 5th place, we have Pierre Gasly. With an upwards trajectory through the 2023 season, Gasly and his Alpine put some pretty decent performances in his debut season for his new French team. Even though there have been some ups and downs, like rear-ending his teammates and, rear-ending his teammates, he did pull off some good results for the French outfit. Come 2024, I think that Gasly will have realised his mistakes from the previous year and come out all guns blazing. I don't know whether this means kamikazing the whole entire grid or maybe sticking his Alpine in the top 5. You may have to bear with me on this one. Maybe ask me again when we get round to February. Moving on to place number 4, we have no other than Oscar Piastri. The Australian debuted in Formula 1 last year, probably not expecting much from the McLaren team, which definitely started off well. After a few mind-numbing races in which he would have been better just kicking his car to the finish line, the McLaren team started to get their act together. When pulling up to the 10th round of the season, or the 9th, depending on whether there was a flood at Imola at some point, McLaren decided they wanted to be a front-runner team after all. At Austria, the team decided to put up a stellar display, even though Piastri finished in 16th. So why exactly am I talking so highly about him then? Well, after Austria and the disastrous FIA outing, McLaren thought they had Sir Lewis back and started challenging for podiums again. I can't lie, it was hard to watch because I'm a Lando Norris fan and Piastri thought he was prime centre, but we'll let that one slide for now because maybe I'm starting to like the Australian a little bit. Talking about Australia, let's move on to a man who loves the circuit. Sir Lewis Hamilton hasn't had the best 2 seasons when you compare it to his previous 10 in the sport, but whether you love him or hate him, you know that he's going to show up no matter what day it is. There's no denying Lewis's skills. Looking back to his karting days, he was taking wins, just like I do when I say I have a new subscriber. Subscribe to the channel, by the way. Hamilton's career, however, has been nothing but sensational. Depending on who you ask, of course. Verstappen fans like to say he's a one-hit wonder, but they just think that summer is a good season. Isn't that right, Netflix? Now, this man has won everything under the sun and has nothing left to prove in the sport at all, apart from that he's a better driver than George Russell, apparently. I'm sorry, but if you actually think that George Russell is a better driver than Hamilton, it's time for you to find the closest window and jump out of it. It's time, boys. 8 world champion. Sorry, I keep on doing this for some reason. 7 world champion Lewis Hamilton can sometimes make you believe that you are dreaming. His racing style alongside his natural ability can just blow your mind sometimes. Well, once you wake up from that dream you're having, you can watch this man go wheel to wheel, lap for lap, with some of the best drivers that the world has ever seen. Now from this, you'll probably think, Liam, you sounded like a bit of a Lewis Hamilton fan. Well, you'd be wrong. I'm just somebody who knows what driving is, and the fact that he's got 7 world championships, whether he was in the best car on the grid, actually means something. Shout out to Valtteri Bottas, by the way. So, moving on to the honourable mentions in this video. Some of you may laugh and some of you may cry, but just learn how to watch a video without getting offended of somebody else's opinion, please. So, honourable mention number 1. We have Max Verstappen. And I know you all just clicked off the video, but hear me out for a moment. This man has been at the top of his game for the last 3 years on the run, and hats off to him, seriously, because he's achieved too many things that I just can't even count them anymore. The reason I'm putting him in the honourable mentions, however, is because of the fact that we already just know how good he is. Let's just give a chance to everybody else on the grid. After taking his first championship back in 2021, with a somewhat questionable end to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Max has been nothing other than spectacular. Yes, I know I use this word a lot, but it's the correct word to use for these people. Driving at one with his car and making everybody else look like the Formula 2 drivers. Well, at least some of them could actually keep within a lap. Not mention any names, however, but I think Stroll comes to mind. Well then, who's next, you may ask? Well, in my honest opinion, the next honourable mention is Alexander Albon. Ha! Everyone laugh at the Williams because the rubbish and all that. Well, Albon was a legend in the terms of getting the best out of that Williams car in 2023. Considering Red Bull let this man go after a short stint in the second seat, he certainly has picked up the pieces after moving to the Williams team. Now, I know he can actually make some bad mistakes here and there, but hey, we are all human after all. But seeing the heights that Albon has actually brought this car to over the past year is nothing short of, are you ready for the buzzword? Spectacular. You can tell he's enjoying his driving after being let go from the Red Bull Drivers Academy, or as some people would actually call it, hell. I just can't see a way that this guy could mess anything up heading into the 2024 season. So just look out for him on the grid, because if he's not constantly battling for them top 10 positions, I'll genuinely be shocked. And then I'll just probably blame it on the car. So that is it for the honourable mentions. They're done, and we're moving on to the second place that we have in this video. Spicy. It's Charles Leclerc. And I know that some of you are sat there right now thinking that I'm some stupid person. Well, you know what? There's no denying that this man has raw pace when it comes to the races. Well, from my last video, you already know that I have praise for him when it comes to his pace. But it's just whether he can now convert that into his races or not. If he can sort out his own issues, and Ferrari, if he stays there, can fix theirs, there's no denying that this guy can take them to a title win. I can't lie though, throughout 2023, it was actually hard to see him struggle. Anger and frustration left this man looking like a lost kid at a shopping centre, and that's just not what you want from your first driver. But you can only put so much blame on a driver when the car he's driving doesn't even want to make it to the finish line. Whether that's because of strategy. Actually, all I need to say is Ferrari. Anyway, if all things do go right for him in 2024, I think he could definitely be up there competing for the title. And speaking of the title, however, Lando Norris is my number ones to watch heading into the 2024 season. And straight away, I know what you're all thinking. Liam, you are a Lando fan, so obviously you're going to put him number one. Well, I'm not actually saying he's going to win the title. This is a video about the drivers to watch in 2024. But sit down and just hear me out for a minute. Lando has constantly pushed the pace of that McLaren car, even when it's been in its worst. And I know Russia wasn't the best example of his attitude, but that's just one race. And I think we can all let it slip, considering the stress that these guys must be feeling during the period of a race. The number 4 has always put his heart on his sleeve, pushing the pace of the car when Rick Bobby couldn't even get out the pits. Sorry, Danny, I love you too. My point though is that this guy is still young. He's pushing his ability to the max, no pun intended, every single time he steps foot in that car. It doesn't matter if you love him or hate him, you can't deny the talent that he has. The McLaren car is getting better and better. Come 2024, I think there's going to be the same competitor that it was by the end of 2023. Only this time, Lando's actually going to rack up the podiums. And he's going to get his first race win within the opening 3 rounds of the season. Call me crazy, but mark my words right now. I think this is genuinely going to happen, by the way. Anyway, I hope you have all enjoyed listening to me go on about who I believe are the drivers to watch come the 2024 season, but I'm here to listen to you guys. Leave your predictions in the comments down below and tell me whether you think that I'm right or most definitely wrong. Either way, my name's been Liam and I'll see you all in the next video. Ciao for now.